Hey everybody, thanks for coming fishing with me today. Let's go catch some. You can see those jigs. You want them to be the same exact brightness as that fish. Here he comes, here he comes. Oh, he lifted. Man, this might not be the color today. A lot of times when they start doing stuff like this, following it, not committing, that means I'm not using the right color. But we're not going to give up on it yet. I'm going to give it, a few more fish. We'll see. It's overcast today, so here he comes. Here he comes. He's still looking at it. Ah, he turned away. That fish wants something different. He turned away from it. All right, let's try a different one. Still slightly to the left of him, but yeah, we're gonna try and drift back that way. See if he'll come off of there. Yeah, he's moving. He's moving. There he is. Oh, I missed him. He hit it, but I missed him. No hook set. Alright, here comes the jig. I can't quite see these fish. There they are. Okay, wait. Ooh, oh, did I get it just in time? Yep. Come get it. There he is. There he is. Oh, he's not a big one at all though. That's too small to fillet. That's my question always. Oh man, it's easy. Is he big enough to fillet or isn't he? Might could eat that one whole, but not a fillet fish. A little harder today with the boat shifting around in the wind. Alright, this looks okay. Yeah, that looks good. There he is. Yep, that's a better fish. That's a much better fish. Oh, that's a good fish, guys. I said better. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that was a good fish. Oh, well. I don't have one fish in the ice chest yet, guys. Not one. Not one fish has entered my ice chest yet. And I've been out here 20 minutes, something. Ooh, that's not good. That was a big fish. That was much bigger than I thought it was. Drop right down on him this time. See if we can get a reaction. There he is. Yeah, he liked that. Slightly bigger fish, but I don't know. Guys. That's pretty small. Maybe 7 inches. I know the size fillets that's gonna be. And not quite big enough. I think these fish on this, aside from that big one, I think these are smaller fish on this thing. Now there's a good fish down there. A little further out. Let's see if we can get him interested. Might drop right down this one. Sometimes I spooked whatever that was. He didn't like that speed. That thing came down. Y'all saw him? He darted away. Alright, this looks pretty good though. A lot of marks right there. I think one's following it. Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna get it or not. But he's sure looking at it. He followed it a long way, but he didn't bite. Oh no. That hung up. Tangled up. Alright, what is getting tangled up? Well, I get tangled up a lot, guys. Apologies in advance. Y'all gonna watch me go through some tangles. There he is. Oh, that's oh, why am I losing these fish today? That was a good one. That was a really good fish. Oh man. You know what? I know what it is. This is a brand new hook. And I forgot to do what I always do, which is bend that hook out slightly. That's on me. Oh man. Again, you gotta keep your pole tip right in line with the beam. If you can do that, your fish will be swimming in the beam. Here comes something that's little. Whatever this is little. And maybe that's what I'm seeing down there. Oh, well, we got him. He boy followed it all the way up to 6 feet. Yep. You know, he is borderline. I think I'm going to keep this fish. I thought he was smaller than he is. That's an 8-inch fish. He's about as small as I keep. But he'll work. That open water fish there looks pretty good too, doesn't he? Y'all see that? Alright. This approach looks pretty good. Man, I think that is the fish that I almost caught earlier. That's why he's not biting. Oh, this one, he's coming. There he is. That's the open water fish. And he sat still long enough to get him. You guys think I'm gonna give up on him and go catch an easier fish? Nah. There's enough of those videos out there. I think if I'm out here making a video, we're gonna try and catch the hard fish. I don't really have any doubt that I'll be able to fill my cooler today with enough fish for a cookout. So I'm not worried about that part of it. Alright, let's try this again. So this fish, I think this fish has been hooked twice now. And I'm still trying to convince him to bite. It's on a fool's errand. It's likely what this is, but I'm right over his head right now. He's moving, but I don't know if he's moving for my jig. did move for it. We got it that time. All right, I know y'all want to see this fish, and I do too. All right, we've been trying to catch him for 10 minutes or longer. All right, he's a good one. That's a really good fish. Woo. Oh, come on now. Oh, that's a good fish. Good fish. So, probably 15 minutes to catch him, but that's important to know, right? That a fish, you can hook him a few times, he can not want to bite, but if you stick with him long enough, you will get the fish. Let's see. He's a big one. This fish is, that's like a 13 and a half inch. So my audio cut out again, right around here. So I'll just talk us through the rest of this. This was a pretty good looking brush pile. Looks like something you can get hung up in easy. I think I did get hung in this one a little bit whenever I went through it, but you can see here I'm trying to get that one of those two fish in the middle. There he comes. Got him. Pulling him out of there. Yeah, there are a few bright spots down that brush pile you can see. There he is. That's a good fish. That looked like a really good mark, right? So you can see it right here. It looks like a huge fish. I can't tell right now if that's a one big fish or maybe a few kind of clumped together or what it is, but it looked like a really good mark. I can't remember if I wound up catching this one or not, but it certainly looked like a huge fish right there. But I think it was a few of them, if memory serves. Yep. Okay, so you see one coming out, but that bright spot's still down there. So I get this one, but that bright spot's still there. So there's probably several fish just kind of all clumped together. Oh, and this is when it starts raining too. Sorry guys, the camera gets some water on it. That's a good fish there. That's probably a 10-inch fish, which is that's what I'm looking for, right? That's the eating size fish. It starts raining a little bit, so I get some water on the screen on the GoPro that's up there, but it goes away eventually. And that is not a rain jacket I'm wearing. So I got wet. It's 45 degrees out there. I got very, very cold, cold and wet this morning. And so from here on out, I'm wet and cold. It was very chilly. Oh, here comes a fish. You can barely see him. He's chasing it though. No. Nah, he let go. He didn't follow through. Let's see. That's a pretty good mark down there. A lot of them were low today. Very low on the trees and stumps. Here he comes. He saw it. You saw him turn. Here he comes. Got him. There he is. That's a better fish. That's a good size one. And so even though I was wet and cold all of this day, pretty much, it was still a really fun day because the fish they weren't biting really well. Right, so you had to get it in just the right spot, present it in just the right way, and that's really why I wanted to make these videos, was to show these fish when they're not just racing out of the piles to come get your bait. Here comes one, bam, got him. See, that's a good fish. You can tell by the way he's moving up there, that I'm having a little bit of trouble bringing that one in. When you see me bring out the net, that means it's a big fish. That's a bigger fish there. That's a good one. That's probably a 12-inch fish, maybe 12 and a half. But like I said, a lot of these fish were really hard to catch today, which is that's what for me. That's when it's kind of fun. I'm not just getting 2 feet away from them and they're jumping out and grabbing it every time. It does happen a few times today, but not often. I'm having to coax them out. Um, kind of using some more finesse to get these fish to bite today, which is that's what I'm trying to learn is all the different methods, all the different techniques I can use so that I'll have them in my pocket whenever these days do come up. There he is. There's some good targets right here. I think I remember this spot. There's 2 stumps down there, and you can see this fish kind of stacked up right around like 17 foot out towards the bottom. And when they're like this, you want to, even if the bigger mark's at the bottom, you want to try and get the top mark first. You guys probably know this, but if you get that bottom mark, he's going to thrash around and scare off your top fish. A lot of times you can pull those top fish off, and the bottom fish will stay there. And so he won't get spooked, and you wind up catching both of them as opposed to only catching one of these fish. So let's see. I think that's that same bottom mark. I think he's still there. There's a few fish down there, but I think that same one's still sitting on that. That's between those stumps down there. And so if I don't make my cast exactly where I want to get it, I'll focus on my jig. A lot of times, if I'm not close enough to get it where I want it, oh look, he's looking at it. He's coming up, bam. So I got hung up on that log right there. You saw that? So my jig was kind of on that log, and I was bumping it, trying to get it off the log, and he chased it up, and he bit it off that stump. So he got me unhung right there. That was nice of him. But like I said, I'll focus on my jig a lot of times instead of where I meant to cast, because odds are there's a fish somewhere near my jig that I can try and target. In these circumstances anyway. Fall fishing on Lake Darbone. Oh, here he comes. There he is. Oh, missed him. Oh, he raced out for it too. He was coming out to get it. There's some more marks right towards the bottom of these stumps. Like I said, today a lot of them were low, and that's just they're getting more in the closer to the winter pattern stuff where they're gonna stay really low. But there he comes. Bam, got him. Oh, that's fun. That for my whole life, I've been I've been trying to picture what's going on beneath my pole as I cast out, and now I can finally see it. And this is not getting old. This is neat. I used to sit around and just wonder what was under me, and now I get to see it and try to target these fish instead of just waiting to get lucky. Which I still would go out fishing. Oh man, I spooked that. That was a big mark. He got spooked a little bit. I don't know why. I wasn't moving that fast. There comes one following. There he is. Some of these fish, I think, if they're just half asleep or something, and then if they all of a sudden see a jig near them, they kind of wakes them up and scares them. Here's some more rain. This is worse rain this time. I thought I might have to crank the boat up and turn it in this time around, but it rained kind of the worst amount, right? It was enough to soak me, but not enough to make me go home. So I stayed cold the whole day. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a really good one. So you guys can kind of see the reason I leave these grids up. You can take the grid lines off your screen on Livescope. The reason I leave them up is it helps me size these fish, and so I could tell as soon as that one hit, that's a good fish. You think those are 5-foot marks, and so you can kind of see, if the fish is about a fifth of the way, if he's covering about a fifth of that block there, That's about a 12-inch fish, and that's a good, a bigger fish. Again, sorry for the screen, guys. It's, it was not supposed to rain today. We had like an 8% chance or something. But you won't get to see me, pulling in the fish exactly perfectly up there with that water on the screen. But you still got the Livescope screen to watch, which is exactly what I'm watching, I promise. Here he is. Oh, that's a good one too. Another good fish. And I think I mentioned it last time, but if you see several fish somewhere, they usually school together in similar sizes. So like if you find 3 or 4 fish on a tree, one of them's a good sized fish. A lot of times they're all going to be good sized fish. I had trouble netting this one. There he is. That's a good one. What's down here? I think I'm targeting that one on the bottom right now. That's what I put in focus. So a lot of times I'll put the one that I'm after in focus. I'll try to cast to him before the boat moves. Here he goes. Got him. Got him. And so that's the hard part, is keeping him in focus. You see the boat, if you keep your eye on the horizon out there, the little bit of the horizon you can see with the rain drop on the screen, you see the boat is just constantly in motion, right? The wind kept shifting around today, which meant as the boat moves, I have to move that Livescope pole. And so it was a constant battle of keeping the Livescope pole in line, keeping my pole in line, so that I can follow the jig down and show you guys exactly what we're doing here. Oh, there's a couple of good marks on this stump. Here he comes. Here he comes. Kind of lost sight of him there. I think we got him. I think we hooked him. Yeah, you saw that little blip up at the top. Can't really see me setting the hook there very well because of the raindrop, but we got that fish. There's one more fish that I'm kind of excited to see going through here. And I don't remember where it's at, but you guys will be excited about it also. It was a big fish I caught today. Did I get... Oh, this is not a big one, but that's a good sized fish though. There he comes. There he comes. No, he's doing that slow. Man, my hookup rate is so low with fish that do this. He got to the top of that tree and just kind of hung out. No. Not going to get that one. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to figure out some technique that ups my hookup with those kind of fish. I'm going to try a lot more techniques. I may not figure anything out, but I'm going to try a lot more to get those fish. Try some different stuff. The slow and steady does not seem to be it, so I'll try some different stuff on the next time and see. Oh, there's one. Got him. Nope, we lost him. You saw that? He got off the hook. That's him right around that. He's 12 feet deep, like right under the boat. Oh, man. Yeah, we lost that one. He came off kind of close to the boat. You guys kind of saw I lost a lot of fish early because I didn't have that hook bent out slightly. I always do that with my hooks. I take them when they're brand new and I'll bend them just slightly so they're kind of not in line with the eye of the hook. Ooh, he came off and got it. Look at that. That was an aggressive fish. He didn't wait. There was nothing slow about that. He saw that jig come over him and he attacked it immediately. Oh, and then I almost messed up the landing by slamming him in the side of the boat. And yeah, I completely... You guys ever do stuff like this? I flipped him. I think I was scared he was going to come off that hook, so I got him over the boat now so that if he does... That's a big fish. So that if he does come off the hook, at least he's over the boat, right? But I messed that up pretty bad. Yeah. There's a few good marks down towards the bottom. I'm always scared those are going to wind up being Gasper goo or drum. I guess the same fish. But down towards the bottom. There's a lot of them in this lake, but they're usually towards the bottom. There's a fish. That one's on that stump though, so there he comes. There he comes. He got it. There he is. That's a big one too. Like I said, you can kind of tell with the way they move. Whenever they stretch out like that, they're moving slow. That's a bigger fish. Good mark. There's several smaller marks on this stump here. They might not be too small. They look okay. That's what I'm going for. You see the boat just constantly moving right now, and I'm struggling to keep my jig where it needs to be. Oh, you could just barely see me catch that one because the boat moved and got my beam out of position, but we got him. There he is. That's that same stump. There's a few more fish down there. Like I said, I went for that top one first, and now I'm going to go for the others on that same stump. If I can position it right. There it goes. Yep, here comes. Oh, man. You saw him jump off of there? Oh, look at the shad. We scattered on the way up. Those shad saw that fish coming, and they scattered. He jumped off that stump. He was hungry. That was a pretty neat catch to watch. The way he came up and scattered those shad. This might be a different. I don't know what I'm after here. Maybe some of those bottom fish down. Oh yeah, okay. So there's that. I see these two that are on these stumps down here, around 12 feet out, near the bottom. 10 and 12 feet out. There's two fish right there. And I love these setups like this because if I miss one, I can try for the other. And it's right there. And then the second one, he got it. So if one of them's not active, not really wanting to bite, you'll get the other one. I love looking for setups just like that, where you can try to catch two fish with the same cast. That's a pretty good brush pile there. Boat moved me out of position a little bit. We're heading back towards this brush pile. That's a bright mark right towards the bottom of that. Y'all saw it? There he is. The brighter the mark, the bigger the fish. That's almost always how it works. So you find the brightest mark you can in the pile like that. When they're all clumped together, you aim for that. Those another two stumps close together. The bright mark. Oh, there's one at the top. I didn't even see him. I guess I saw him when I was in the boat though, because I sure got him. I was focused on that bright mark towards the bottom in the middle of those two stumps. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna chase after now. There's a few more marks down towards the bottom. There's just fish everywhere. Like I said, fall, Lake D'Arbonne, there's fish everywhere. You get in this depth range here where it's like 15 to 20 feet, anywhere in there, and there's just fish. Like I said, the whole thing is a flooded forest, and the fish are on every tree, every stump, all over this lake. There's really not a bad place to fish here this time of year. I mean, I guess if you go too deep, too shallow, right? But if you're on any kind of structure, there's going to be fish. It's a really fun lake. Okay. Now you guys see that fish way out there at like between 25 and 30 feet that's up at around 8 foot? I chased that fish from about right now for 20 minutes or so. Right, I'm going to catch different fish here. That's a good fish too. But that fish out there between 25 and 30 feet, kind of remember where that is. That's a big fish. You can see it from here. And like I said, I spend 20 minutes trying to catch that fish. From now until we get him,
my mind right now, even though I'm looking at a different fish to try and get another one in, before I ease over to him, I'm focused on that fish. So that's a good fish right there too, though. Down towards these 2 marks. That's a big mark. Here he comes. Oh, there he goes. There he is. He didn't even hit it hard. He just kind of swallowed it. I just gobbled it up. So I think my boat's audio is gonna pick back up momentarily, in a good time too. It's a time. This was a big fish. You see me get the net out. If you see me get that net, it's a big fish. But I'm gonna go over to the original audio here momentarily, since it cleared up just long enough to catch another fish, and this is a fun one. So I'll turn over to that.
It's got to be a fish, right? The shape is just too dead on for it not to be a fish. It's not reacting to. There he is. We got him, guys. That's a good fish. That's a really good fish. Whoa. That's a big one. Oh, man. Ooh. He did not want to bite. Oh my gosh. This is by far the biggest fish of the day. By far. Look at that one. I was legitimately wondering if that was maybe just a funny looking part of the tree. It was not part of the tree. That was just a big giant fish. Good. He was not hooked good. He did not want to bite. I had to run it right into his face in the end. That is a... Woo! That's 15-inch crappie. 15-inch.
Oh, that was a good fish. I remember that looked good. I knew he was big. I didn't know he was that big. All right. Which one will be? I'm probably going for that open water fish right there. Those are tough. Like, I have a hard time catching these out in the open because they move so much. Let's see. Oh, that one. Oh, did you see that? He jumped on it. Got him. Yep, got him. Boy, he jumped on that. That's the kind of bites they do in the spring, right? Where they will come out and just jump on it, no hesitation. You know, you don't have to coax them into bite, and they just jump. But these fall and winter fish, they normally don't hit that hard. That one drifted down. Oh, look, see, I drifted right on top. That approach, like that, drifting down on top of fish, I'm finding that works like really really well. If you kind of will pull your jig up above the fish, and then let it drop like straight down right on top of their mouth, almost like on the front of the fish. If you can figure out what the front is, but let it drop down on top of them. I'm having more luck with that than I am the drift over them slowly method. Coming in from the top and drifting down like that. That seems to be triggering more bites for me. Like that right there. I came in more from the top on that fish. You know, they seem to hit faster and react better. The only downside is it does spook. It seems to spook more fish, um, but they do react better. So if you're trying to, get a bunch of fish quick, get them in the ice chest, and you're moving and have a lot of water, a lot of brush to work with, go with that. Drop it over them. I'm gonna try and do some. Here comes right over this one towards the bottom. That's a good sized fish. Here he comes. He's following. Oh, I missed him. Man, I could catch like 10 fish in a row. Every one of them I miss hurts. I remember this spot. I remember this log right here that was at an angle. It had 2 fish on it. You guys can probably make them out, right? One towards the top right here. I lost that fish. You can't see it on the Livescope screen, but you can look up at me and see I've lost that fish. But there's one towards the bottom too. If you look down right around the 14.5-ish feet, and about 4 feet out, there's one right towards the bottom right there, and that's a fish also. You can just barely make out a bump on that log right there. He's just right in front of me, so I'm kind of reverse casting up to him, letting it sink right under me, and then bringing it right up over him. I can't remember if I catch this fish or not. I don't remember catching one off of this. I may not be right in front of him. It looks like my jig is a little brighter than the fish. Whenever that happens, you gotta make an adjustment. You want them both to be the exact same brightness if you can get them there. Oh, that bothered him. That bothered him. There he is. Now we got him. Had to drop it right on his head for him to react. But like I said, that method, that technique, dropping it down like that, that's been working really, really well lately. Whoa, that's a big. I remember this spot. See that giant mark there? Look how big that fish is. I don't know what that is. If it was a crappie, it was probably some kind of record crappie. Watch this. This will break your heart. I remember that happening. Man. Because that was a huge mark. But I came down from the top. There's another. You saw him? He came over. He bit it. But I spooked him or something. And he came back around in a place that you couldn't really see it, or the boat drifted or something. You couldn't see the strike. He struck it, and I missed him. But that's a big mark. He was huge, because you see these grid lines. I keep them up there to kind of size these fish, because I'm still not perfect at sizing them. But I mean, that fish looked like he was, well over 12 inches just looking at the grid lines. So I'm probably going after this fish right towards the bottom there. That's a good mark down there. He's holed up. There he is. That's a good one. Very good fish. Like, that just looks like a good spot for a crappie too. Like, if you were just looking at this, telling me where would a crappie be, that would have been a spot that I would have put my finger on it and said right there. That's a spot to find one. Oh, and so I know that fish down there looks like a giant crappie, right? The shape of it, the way that it's sitting still, it's kind of up off the, it's on there. Here it comes. I remember this. This was the start of. Look at how hard that thing's fighting. That's not a crappie. It kind of got itself tangled on that log, but it untangled, thank goodness. But that is it's a gaspergoo or freshwater drum, whatever you want to call it. It's the same fish, and I don't like to eat them. Now, some folks do, but I'm just not a fan. Some of the original audio is about to come back in, so I'm going to cut over to that, but it only stays for a few seconds, so I'll be back.
big crappie. That's big, whatever this is. Nope, another one. Go all day without catching one of these, and I caught 2 back to back. Why are you guys waking up all of a sudden? Let's see about this one. There he comes. Oh, there he is. I think this is another one of those fish. What is going on here? Ooh. Boy, they fight. It's another one. Why am I catching these all of a sudden? What changed? I'm just getting a big bed of them. Man. These nasty things. Another fish. Ugh.
And guys, I mean, no offense if you like those fish, that's great. I have friends that eat them. I'm not a fan, but you know, everybody's tastes are different. So if you like the fish, that's great. Maybe there's a way I could prepare them that would make them better, but I generally don't keep those Gasper. But they do fight. They are fun to catch. Man, they will they'll put up a fight, especially on a jig pole. Here comes one. There's a lot of fish down there. You see that's a big cluster of crappie down there. You saw them? They're starting to school up a little bit. I don't know what size fish that was. I don't think that was a keeper. That one. This spot, that log down there looks like it has a fish on it, and I think that's what I was going to target, but I don't know if that's the one I get right here. Yeah, there's something. That one right there on the bottom is a big mark on that log. I kind of lost sight of my jig. Oh, there's something chasing. You saw it, okay. The boat drifted there a little bit, and so we couldn't really see that lead up to that strike, but at least you got to see the strike. Happens a lot of times. I wish I could put that pole on the left so that I could, have a hand on it and a hand on my pole at the same time. But the trolling motor's over there, and I when I've experimented with that, if I don't put it way far back, I get a lot of interference. So I just keep it right there and kind of juggle the pole a little bit. There's 2 good marks right there. You guys see them. We're drifting down towards them. Let's see which one gets it. Second mark. There he goes. That's it. And I believe, yep, that is the last fish for the day. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope y'all are having fun watching the fishing videos, and I'm having a whole lot of fun making them. I'm gonna make a lot more of these. I've been learning a lot rewatching this footage too, seeing stuff I've done wrong. I'm learning a lot just from going through this editing part of it. But thanks again for watching. Y'all reach out if you have anything to say. If you see me doing anything silly or ways that I can improve, please let me know that too, because I'm learning right along with everybody else. All right, everybody have a good one, and I hope y'all catch a bunch. Bye, guys.